Join us as we sail from Texas to the Caribbean. 3 summers, 3 legs, and the biggest adventure of our lives. Previously on Don Treader. Okay, we're coming out into Pontchartrain. If you can see it, that height gauge or sign, or whatever you want to call it right there, those things are super handy. I wish more bridges had that. The boys just took a turn steering. How would you rate your brother's driving?
Horrible, just terrible. I mean, it's just so much better than mine.
Felt it.
Okay, we're anchored at Cat Island. That's it right there. We have spaghetti going here. But I want some fish, fool! Pepper, go bite his ear off. And bring it to me, I'll cook it. He asked the usual questions, and I explained that we were here to cook spaghetti. He mentioned how good it smelled, but I didn't take the bait. He was not getting our spag. And what do you think? Nice. Today's run will take us across Mobile Bay back into the ICW, through Wolf Bay, and into Perdido Bay, where we finally cross into Florida. We'll then hit Pensacola's Palafox Marina for a well-deserved rest. All right, let's see you try to open it. Come on, open it. Let's put some pepper in it. Come on, man. Come on, just concentrate. Use your kung fu. Think about hearts of palm, yummy in your mouth.
I can't do it.
You have to focus.
What has been the most fun thing we've done so far?
Eating beignets at the French Quarter.
Where do we eat them?
Where?
Where?
At Cafe du Monde.
Yes. What has been the coolest thing you've seen so far?
Dolphins.
Where were they?
They were on their way to Cat Island.
And then, what is your least favorite part about the trip so far?
Hanging out with you. I'm joking. I don't know. Probably just the long, boring times when we would just motor and wouldn't have anything to do. Alright. What has been your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part of the trip is probably eating dinner up in the cockpit or just walking around New Orleans.
Yeah. I cooked the dinner, by the way. Anyways, what has been the coolest thing you've seen?
The coolest thing I've seen so far was either the dolphins or the band that was playing on the street in New Orleans.
Yeah. What is your least favorite part of the trip?
The heat at night when we don't have AC.
And then, I don't know, what is your most favorite meal that Jesse has cooked?
I'm gonna have to go with the ramen.
Alright.
No, probably the tuna steaks.
Alright, thank you.
I know, I don't do that.
This is the Smack Boys signing out with Dad. So, what has been your favorite thing that you have done, or that we've seen?
My favorite thing, I think this far it's New Orleans. I really enjoyed walking around New Orleans with you guys.
Yeah, I also really like the fireworks show in Houma.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
No, that was in Morgan City. Yeah, that was cool. But what has been your least favorite part?
My least favorite? Yesterday. So, I'll tell the story real quick. We were coming into anchor in Mobile Bay. We motored up the spot we wanted, dropped the anchor, and immediately the gear shifter broke while still in gear. And so the boat continued forward over our anchor road and got it fouled on the rudder. And we got it off with a kellet. Where do you think I learned about kellets?
Sailnet.
Boys.
Sailnet.
Sailnet.
Exactly. So see, it paid off. All right, so that's the story.
Alright. And what has been your favorite dinner that Jesse cooked so far?
I think tuna steaks. That was incredible. But you've also cooked really good. We did hamburgers, right? Those were good, and the spaghetti a couple of nights ago. Top notch, man.
Thanks, man. Alright, this is the Smack Boys signing out.
All right. Really nice things about traveling so slowly on a sailboat is the first thing is when we kind of got back into the channel here after Mobile Bay, we could smell the land, which was really cool. Just that smell is so lovely. I got a lot of pine trees, and then I was just sitting here just watching the traffic and watching the cars go by and realizing just how relaxed I am and how relaxing this kind of traveling is. So the only downside is my feet really hurt from just standing up and staring and everything all day. But apart from that, just way more pros than cons. It's a really, really nice way to travel. Okay, we're in Perdido Bay, and I believe that is Pensacola, those buildings in the distance. So we're coming up. This is a big milestone. Florida. From Texas to Florida. It feels really good. This is cool. So yeah, I would say this is a pretty nice accomplishment.
There's a little island. We are almost in Florida. If not already there.
That is a lovely sight. So everything was just changing before our eyes. I mean, the water and the sky were just so blue, and the sand was like sugar. I mean, just white. It was amazing. I mean, it was becoming tropical, which was exactly what we had kind of envisioned in our minds of, you know, when we get to Florida, this is what we're going to see. But as you saw in the radar image a moment ago, there were always thunderstorms blowing up. So as we were coming up Pensacola Bay, all this beautiful blue water and blue sky was just engulfed by this gray cloud. Thunder off in the distance and just a gray wall as far as you could see. So I called the Palafox Marina and talked to the harbor master, a great guy named Jeff, and told him we were on our way, and he was a little concerned that the storm was going to hit right as we were getting to the entrance. And he said the marina was very protected behind a seawall, but the currents were pretty shifty when you were coming in, especially if there was a lot of wind. So I told him I was going to go for it, which is just what I do, and throttled up a little bit and headed in. Sure enough, it got pretty crazy as we were coming in. You could see the rain and the squall line coming. There were a couple of sailboats north of us, and they laid over pretty good, so I knew it was a big wind coming in. But we were able to tuck in behind the seawall and pulled up to the fuel dock just as everything hit. Jeff was out in the rain helping us tie up, so just a great guy. So after everything cleared off, we motored over to where Jeff directed us for our slip and pulled into the fairway, and it was a pretty tight fairway. There were a lot of big boats, bigger than the slips, kind of sticking out, really kind of constricting the fairway. So I pulled up to the end of the fairway where you can see here, and the slip that Jeff wanted us to pull into was right at the end of that fairway, and we need to back in to a slip so that it's easier for us to get the shore power and water hookup. But there was no way that I was going to be able to, you know, turn that sharp into that slip. So I asked him if there was another one. There was an empty one further down, and he said that would be fine. So I backed up and probably for the first time ever just nailed it, you know, back directly into the slip like a pro. There was Jeff there ready to take our lines, and then some dude named Rebel it was there as well. And so as I backed in, just came in perfectly, threw him the lines, but I throttled forward a little too soon before we got to the back of the slip, and Rebel made sure to let me know that my docking was imperfect. So I asked Jesse to throw that jar of Hearts of Palm directly at Rebel, just to make sure he knew who he was talking to. So we got situated and walked around the boat, and Don Treader was a hot mess. It had everything from, you know, a nasty looking Mississippi mustache at the bow to just soot covered nasty transom from all the diesel exhaust for days and days and days. Then there was the creosote slathered side from that pylon in the industrial lock. So it was nasty. The deck was filthy. It would just really was a hot mess. So the boys and I decided to obviously just blow all that off and go grab something to eat and explore downtown Pensacola. We'll clean up later. In the what kind of tree?
Sycamore.
Yep.
Is the hickory tree a real thing?
I think I've got the haze filter on. There we go. My lens was dirty, so it was like the haze filter.
Is the hickory tree a real thing?
Yes. Have you never heard of a hickory tree, really?
Well, no, I was just making sure. Yeah, I've heard of it.
They're very loud. What do you think?
I'm trying to survive.
Shucks in downtown Pensacola. It's pretty good. All right, let's cross. Come on, let's see it. Got that. Hey Quinn, it's on film. This is a really cool little town. Pensacola, who knew? Here we are at Dead Dude Park.
What?
Dead Dude Park.
Wait.
Who's the dude? All right, who's the dude?
William Dudley Chipley.
Now, this particular dead dude turned out to be quite a character. His name was William Dudley Chipley, as you heard Quinn talk about. So first, good old Billy Chips, as his friends from Texas call him, fought in the Civil War on the Confederate side and was actually captured and put in a POW camp on Lake Erie. After that, he hoofed it back to Georgia and hooked up with the beautiful Anne Elizabeth, something or other. He then started building railroads for fun and actually did pretty well at that. He started with a railroad in Ohio, obviously because of his fondness for his old prison cell. He then moved from Georgia down to Pensacola, where he started building railroads in Florida. And he did really well down in Pensacola as well, until he actually ended up mayor of Pensacola in something like 1887 or something. He then actually became a senator for the state senate in Florida in 18-something. So he was doing pretty well politically, financially, everything was good. Now, Billy Chips died on a trip he had taken to Washington, D.C., which one does, and then he was buried back in his home of Columbus, Georgia. Not to be outdone, Pensacola decided to put up a big freaking obelisk right in the middle of town dedicated to our beloved Billy Chips. So the guy was pretty interesting, but the most interesting tidbit in all of this was the Ashburn affair. Now, the Ashburn affair took place in Columbus, Georgia before all the railroad building. Now, George Ashburn was a radical Republican who was very disliked in Columbus, Georgia at the time because of his relations with and political affinity for the African American community at that time. And he was assassinated by the Ku Klux Klan in Columbus, Georgia. And our own Billy Chips was implicated as part of that group that broke down the door and filled Mr. Ashburn full of lead. So Billy Chips and several other men were tried in a military court of law because the military was still ruling Georgia at the time, and had a couple of witnesses against him, implicating him. Now, obviously, all these guys in this group had masks, as the Ku Klux Klan do, but in the end, some deals were made, bail was paid, and all the charges were dropped, and no one was ever prosecuted for the slaying of George Ashburn. So, Billy Chips, with his big obelisk in Pensacola, had a very colorful background. History, right?
Okay, wait a minute. So you guys, what gives you a headache?
NPR?
NPR. The channel?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Why?
Audie Cornish.
I don't know.
Her
Audie
name?
Cornish.
Got me
See,
the-
Snickter Prakash.
I like the content,
Yeah.
but it's just every time I
just
listen to
has
NPR,
signals.
Is it
Give-
just, is it the way they talk?
I don't know.
It just has signals that
I don't
give
know what
people
it is.
under 20 headaches. That's just
Is
how
that what
works.
it is? Man, this is such a cool town. Pensacola. It's freaking awesome.
What?
Yeah. Well,
No, not one of these.
It's like a super clean New Orleans.
yeah, it is a fire truck.
Seville Quarter. Interesting.
Point right here. Dedicated to Escondido County, Florida. February 26, 1982. Is that Howard? Howard Tower clock? I give up.
Missed him.
Casino Beach, Pensacola, baby. So Jess, what do you think? Do what? Fantastic. Look at the water, you guys. It's a little different than Corpus.
The waves are killing.
Do they pull you out?
Oh, kind of.
Yeah.
When I was just about there, I was kind of laying down. And this massive wave hit me. You need to try it.
They're good looking waves.
I'm trying to go to that shallow where all the people are standing.
Yeah, where the waves are breaking.
Yeah, but it's hard.
What do you think about this place?
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, we get that cloud back there. So Jess, what does that look like?
It's a hippie vaping.
A hippie vaping. All right, there it is. You saw it here. Let's go.
What's our next stop after our offshore?
So we're going to go, the plan is to go to Tampa.
Right after our offshore?
Well, the offshore will be to Tampa. Looking alligator. It is. It is. It's a work of art. That's easily as good as the one I made, Jesse. Easily. He's even got a better facial expression. His nose looks a little like Barney. Hi, kids. I'm gonna bite your leg off. Hey everyone! Just wanted to give you a quick message to all of our patrons.
What are our patrons?
They're the very generous people that give us money for our videos.
Okay.
Yeah. So
people give us money for these?
Yeah, they
Dad,
donate.
that's crazy. Why would people give us money for these?
Because they're generous people.
Dad, that's crazy.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Just. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying. I just wanted to thank all of the patrons for being very generous and giving us money for the videos, which is a little crazy, but hey, you know, thank you. So I want to also let you know that only on our Patron page we will be providing, you know, behind the scenes videos of, you know, what we think about what we're heading into and just kind of the mindset of being out there cruising. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little bit of an extra for all of our patrons. Thank you very much for your support, and look forward to seeing you the next episode. I will now untie my children.
Hit the like and the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
Smash that like button in the face.
Yeah, I'll make that next video if we get 10,000 likes.